when you do this overhand contact, right? It
Mhm.
kind of doubles on first balls. So there are a few scenarios that we see this in. Sometimes people will serve receive, or they'll dig a ball and they'll pass it, boom, it'll go off their hands and right into their head. And somebody might call a double. And they
Mhm.
say, well, it hit two different body parts. Or somebody will try to kind of tomahawk, but their hands will be apart. So they'll throw like a double axe handle at it, or their two hands will slap the ball. If it's in one motion, guys, that is legal if it's on the first contact. So if it's your serve receive, if you literally accidentally or on purpose pass a free ball into your own forehead off of your hands, if it happened in one motion, in other words, you didn't pass it and then go and hit it, then it's legal. You're allowed to have a double contact if it's in one continuous athletic motion. Might not look so athletic, but one continuous motion, you're allowed to double contact that. So if your hands are apart, even if it's a slow moving free ball, and you don't try to use your finger pads or use a setting motion, you don't use finger action, then it is legal so long as there's a little rebound effect there. And that's, again, you guys, we have a lot of California people listening. CBVA might have different rules, and if you guys want to, kind of fact check our CBVA rules, go for it. But as far as USA Volleyball and AVP and FIVB, that's perfectly fine. Your hands do not have to be together.
It's always, I think that answer is perfect just because we're an education-based podcast company. If a ball is coming out, yes, you are allowed to take these balls open hand. You're allowed the simultaneous contact as long as it's one motion. I heard you say a couple times, and when you finished that, I was still reading some of the comments on the side, got sidetracked. But I'm seeing a couple comments in here about taking the first ball with open hand receive. Just keep in mind, like that does have to be a clean set. Okay. There are certain instances where you should put your hands together and make a tomahawk. If you came and watched Mark and I at practice, if we get a free ball to us, not a whole lot are we taking that ball as a set. We're performing a tomahawk, a pokey, because those are touches that you 100% know are never going to be called. So I just wanted to kind of hop back on and say, while you do need to know the rules, you also need to understand when you should be performing these specific contacts. So that's kind of one of them, especially when we're thinking about overhand contacts within serve receive or easy free balls.
And we got one of those caveat questions from Vibranium Steelix on YouTube. And he said, wait a second, I thought you just said that the handset has to be clean if it's on the first contact. Mm-hmm. If you're using finger action, so like if you're waving to somebody or squeezing your palms or doing spirit fingers or setting, if you're using finger action, then it's got to be clean. It's got to be a clean set. But if you're not using finger action, so your fingers stay stiff and rigid.
Imagine both of your hands become ping pong paddles.
Oh, nice.
I like that. I think I heard one of our coaches say that last week.
Yeah. Then that's fine because you're not utilizing your finger action. Then the setting rules don't apply on that first touch. Okay. If we go to the second touch, though, and you set a ball into your forehead, like you bump set it and it ricochets off your hands and then your head, then it is a double. Okay. Same thing for attacking. Right? If you like spike the ball off of your own head somehow and make it go in, or you spike the ball off of your other hand, which would be a cool move for a highlight channel, it's not legal in volleyball. But the first ball over, serve receives, free balls, attacks, you're allowed to double contact it no matter what if you're not using finger action, right? And it's one motion.